Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this channel. It is Trilogy here, and today we're going to be doing something a bit different. I started playing online chess on chess.com about a week ago, and before that I have probably played for a couple years, but I've stopped for like the recent 3 years, so I'm kind of getting back into it this past week, and this is one of my best games so far. I'm a 436 ELO, and he's a 289. So we're going to analyze this game and see what I did right, see what I did wrong. Let's get into it. Alright, let's get into this. We're going to start off with the book move, e4, and he plays e5. I'm going to play knight. Play knight here, protect this pawn. And he ended up attacking this pawn, which is very interesting because I can just attack this pawn. So this is defending this, and this is attacking this. He can't play this because then I just take his horse. And I'm also attacking this, but he's attacking this, right? So it is his move. So I'm thinking to defend this here, but I'm hoping he doesn't take just yet. I'm hoping maybe he tries to develop his horse, attacking this and defending this. I can't draw. Defending this and attacking this with the horse, and then everything would kind of just fall down for me here because there's no way to get out of it, right? I can defend this. Actually, no, because there's the queen. The queen would have to come up, and I'd have to move the queen out, right? Which isn't very common, so I really need to get this horse out and maybe play this bishop out here or here to protect one of these pawns. So he ends up playing knight here, knight b6, right? Because, well, one, it's attacking this pawn, but if he went in right there, this isn't there. If he comes in here, I can just take. And I can just take because there's nothing to take this pawn that he has here. I could just literally take. It's a free pawn. And so that's not a really good move because now if he defends, I can't defend with queen, right? I have to either play out here, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to play out to defend this so I don't have to play my king out, right? And actually, as I was going through this, I saw a better move. What if I attack this? Now, he's probably going to play the casual move, h6. So, I was like, do I want to trade these pieces early? He's going to come out with bad pawn structure, right? He's going to have pawns here. But he also could come out with the queen, which could be an interesting trade. Now, I thought right about here. Actually, no, right about here. If I come out with this, is he just going to give me the knight? So if I'm here, he's going to play this. I actually want to take this, and then he gets bad pawn structure, or he takes with queen, and then this is where this move comes in. He takes. He takes. I'm gonna leave that pawn. Actually, what I'm gonna do is kind of interesting. So obviously he's gonna play. He's gonna play h6. And I'm going to take, and he takes the queen. So I'm going to be able to come out with my attack that I wanted to do. So I'm going to play knight just to defend that spot for one more move. So when he takes, I take. He takes, and I play knight here, attacking the queen. Alright, and it's I could also take this pawn. I could take pawn or queen, so it's a small fork. So he takes, I take, he takes, I play knight d5. And so now he's kind of in a situation where it's not the best for him. Because if I go here, he also gets checked, which makes him now get bad pawn structure. Which he's probably not going to leave that queen hanging, and he ends up hanging it. So I immediately take, right? Queen knight trade, obviously. And I'm not sure what he was thinking here. I'm not sure if he's thinking for me to take this and then I have a fork. I should know. Wait. If I take this, what's his next play? He just takes, right? So I'm just going to take the queen. Simple. And then obviously he's going to take knight. Now he's got a bad pawn structure. And I have a free pawn, right? It's free pawn. Take free pawns. He comes out with the knight, which is kind of interesting because now he can't get out. And this way is kind of blocked because he'd have to go. It is blocked. He'd have to go here and then move the pawn forward. So, no, you'd go here and then play here and then attack anywhere down in this lane. So he needs to get his. What he needed to do is keep this and then castle. But he doesn't want to do that. So I castle. He ends up coming out with this, which is the dumbest move in the game. Like, it can't go anywhere. The only place it can go is back. So I'm gonna push some pawns forward. He tries to attack this queen. Which I'm not trying to lose this, obviously. So I go back. And then now he wants to attack this pawn. Which this is obviously the worst trade in the game. Pawn, right? You're not going to take that pawn and get a bishop. And I'm also going to move this here. I'm not going to move it here because nothing's protecting that. So if you were to just go, say here. No, you can't do that. Never mind. Well, I play here just to defend this, and because if I really wanted to, push, right? And then instead it's not all in a line, right? I take this as a good trade because I kind of want his rook to come out now so that I can get on this back line. I'm hoping he keeps moving back with his king, and well, I can mate him with the rook on the back line. I'm gonna play this to pin his king, which I kind of like because now he can't go here. I'm obviously not going to take, and he can't go here. He plays, wait, where did he go? He played a pawn a5. I think this is like a super scary move. I mean, it's not really. We're just going to end up trading pawns in the end. And then he makes this move. Why would you not take the free pawn? The free pawn. He moves here, attacking the queen. This is a simple. It's super simple to get out of the way of this. I don't get the thought process through this. Right? So I just move out of the way. And then he blocks it. Like, I'm not sure if he wanted to do that. Was it a mouse slip? I don't know. I'm going to move the king out of the way. He's going to keep moving his king forward for some reason. I stole a free pawn. And I took the free pawn. Why is it a free pawn? Well, because he moved this. Which was not so smart. Free pawn. He moves back. Nothing's attacking the queen yet. I'm going to take this other free pawn. Now putting check onto the king. He's going to move forward again. Which I'm basically just pinning him now. I take the free pawn, also putting pressure on this rook. He moves the rook, and I'm going to move back, pinning him. He can't go here because I take. He can't go here because I take. He can go here, which I'm pretty sure this 289 does not see. And, so, like, there is just, like, nowhere he can go. I've got this rook. I've got this rook pressured. He moves rook to take. I'm going to move king forward to protect pawn. And then he kind of goes here, which doesn't do anything because there's nowhere to go. I'm going to put pressure onto this rook. I mean, this bishop. He plays rook. And for some reason, I went straight brain dead. And no, I don't know either. I took it. Why? Because I'm guessing I could push this pawn forward. Right? Specifically with the rook and the rook on the other side. But I should have kept my queen. It would have been a great idea to keep my queen, but I attacked this rook. We rook trade, which I was fine with because I'm up 3 material here. So it's nice. He's not attacking anything with this. He's probably trying to set up a small little check that he wants to do. I'm gonna keep pushing his pawn, and I don't know what that move does at all, but I'm just gonna move his bishop out. I'm gonna move his forward so I can't attack. And he kind of pins his bishop other than going back. He can't go here. He could go there, but it's still not attacking anything. And then there's really nowhere there to go. Like, there's no point in it. You just get taken, right? So, I'm not sure why he moved there. And then I start pushing the pawns the other side. He's gonna try and move the queen out now. King out now. I'm gonna play f1 with rook to protect this pawn. He's trying to attack this. I thought about this for a good 8 minutes because this is 30-minute chess, and I am up on quite a bit of time. Like, I went from probably 22 minutes to 15 minutes. And I thought, should I save this pawn or this pawn? No. Either one die. But this pawn, he can kind of like maneuver around. So I think leaving this pawn, because this pawn can't go forward, right? It's just blocked off. This pawn can go forward. It can go and get a promotion, right? So I'm going to protect this pawn. He takes. I move forward. He could do that, right? Not sure what that did, so I take. And then I thought of this. Nice play. I will get rid of my pawn. This pawn is hanging. But if I can move here and he still goes there, he can't take anything else, right? And this pawn is blocking him from this. So I can just drive this up with this, right? He takes. I go up. He actually plays a smart move here. He wants to block this off. But are we going to trade bishop for pawn? We are. And then he kind of just flat out blunders and does that play. I'm not sure what he was thinking, but it's kind of just a blunder. Then I take his rook, and then he tries to move king to attack one or the other. And then I just check him. He can't take this pawn. He can't take this bishop. He moves back. I'm gonna move forward with my pawn. Make it a queen. Move down here. And at this point, he resigns because there's nowhere for him to go. Right? He can move this forward all he wants, but this is still blocking this, and then I'm just gonna move this over and take. Right? Let's checkmate. So, and then also I could just keep pushing this pawn forward if I want. So, this was not a horrible game. Now, I may only be a 436 and he's a 289 and he doesn't make the right plays, right? But I wanted to analyze this game because there was a couple of different plays that I could have done, right? Like here. Wait, no. Here. What pawn did I want to protect? If I protected this pawn, what would have happened? He would have took. Now he's got protection on his king, which doesn't really matter because he's just going to move, and then I'd have to either move with him to check him or to go here and just get my rook taken, right? So I also can't go here to protect one of these pawns because then this rook just takes. Bishop just takes. So there's a couple different things I could have done from move 1 of an e4 textbook move to move 49, which ends up in a resign. And I just wanted to analyze this game. Oh yeah, by the way, he had 10 seconds left on the clock when he resigned, so that was also the other reason he resigned. And I had almost 10 minutes, so yeah. And peace out, and I'll see you in the next one, boys.